Hello, this is Mighty Owl.
Today we're going to go outside and join our friends in PE class. Come on, let's get moving. There are special words for different kinds of movement, like run, jump, and throw. These words are called verbs. Some verbs mean almost the exact same thing, but not quite. Let's see if we can spot the difference between verbs that describe similar actions. What do you notice about what Lucas and Jenny are doing? They are doing almost the same movement because they are both moving up and down. But Lucas is using both of his feet, while Jenny is only using one foot. What are these movements called? Jumping and hopping. Jump and hop are two verbs that mean almost the same thing. But jumping is done on both feet, and hopping is done on one foot. Do you like to jump or hop? Well, I guess it depends on what we're doing. I like to hop when I play hopscotch, but I like to jump when I play jump rope. Now you can see why it's important to choose the right verb. Who's next? Isabella and Chen. What are they doing? Isabella is running, and Chen is running slowly. What is a word that means run slowly? Jog. Running and jogging are almost the same because they both describe the movement of using our legs to move quickly. What do you prefer, to jog or to run? Well, if you want to win a race, you definitely need to run. Just make sure you don't get too tired before the finish line. Let's move on to the next mighty duo, Will and Eric. What are they doing? They are both moving a ball through the air, but in different ways. Will is tossing a ball to Eric. There we go. Nice and easy. It's easy to catch a ball when someone tosses it. Eric is throwing the ball back to Will. Oh, that was a bit faster and harder to catch. What do the movements toss and throw have in common? Both of them are about moving something through the air. How are tossing and throwing different from each other? Tossing is very gentle and slow. The ball goes up and then down. Throwing is faster, and usually the ball goes straight through the air. All right, who's up next? Mia and Latifa. What is Mia doing? She's walking. What could Latifa do that is almost like walking but slightly different? March or clap? Right, she could march. And there she goes. Marching and walking are a little different from each other because marching is walking with a rhythm. You can even lift up your knees to count in rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's like Latifa is marching in a parade. That is some mighty marching, Latifa. Looks like we've got a group of 3 coming up next. Eric, Chen, and Isabella. Hello. 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 All 3 of them are talking, but they went from talking quietly like Eric to talking loudly like Isabella. Eric is whispering. Chen is speaking, and Isabella is... What is a word that means talking loudly? Yelling. If we put the actions in order from quietest to loudest, it goes like this: whisper, speak, yell. I whisper when I go to the library because the library is a quiet place for people who want to read books. When do you whisper? And finally, our last group, Lucas, Sue, and Latifa. It looks like they have some glasses of water with them. Lucas is sipping from his glass of water, and Latifa is gulping down her water very quickly. Sipping is much slower than gulping, but what action could Sue do that's between sipping and gulping? She could eat or drink, right? She can drink. Drinking is neither fast nor slow. If we put the actions in order from slowest to fastest, it would go like this: sip, drink, gulp. Usually, I like to sip when I'm drinking something hot, like tea or hot chocolate. When do you gulp water? Sometimes I gulp water when I'm feeling really thirsty, like after playing soccer. Wow, what a day. We learned about movement words, or verbs that mean almost the same thing. For example, jump and hop are almost the same verbs, except jumping is done on 2 legs, and hopping is done on only 1 leg. Sometimes even 3 verbs can mean almost the same thing, like sip, drink, and gulp, but with specific nuances for each. It's more precise to say, Latifa is gulping water, instead of Latifa is drinking water. When we say gulping, that means she's drinking fast because she's really thirsty. You can practice tossing and throwing, hopping and jumping, and walking and marching with your friends too. I'll see you next time. Stay mighty, scholars.